yet, so I'm just gonna pin my hair back. Look at these cute little clips I got from Kitsch. I think I'm gonna start using them for my bridal tutorials. Oh no. Oh, see, this is why I don't curl my hair, because I inevitably mess it up. I'm gonna have to fix it. It's funny because having curly hair, I never really learned how to do hair. And I hate doing my own hair. I really do. I just can't be bothered. But I'm going live at 1 p.m. with my friend Krista, and you should join us if you have time. So I'm just getting ready for that. I have a clean face. I have a little bit of toner on that I put on before and a little eye cream because I showered earlier because they shut off the water in my building from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So I had to shower early in order to be ready for this live at 1. So that's fun. Let me just find, just looking, let me pull it more towards me. So there we go. NYX Brow Glue right here. And I'm just gonna do my brows. But Krista and I are gonna talk about makeup and makeup in midlife, which is weird to think that I'm in my midlife, but I guess I technically am because I'm in my 40s. Full disclosure, if you didn't know that already from watching my channel. And, oh, hi Rosalba, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. I just went live a few minutes ago and my husband was talking to me, so that's why I had to reboot it and go live again. But welcome, thanks for being here. So I have my brow. I'm just gonna take the end of a brush and same old with the brows. I've found what works for me and I love it, and it's what I do. It's what I prefer to do. But I'm gonna show you actually a new technique that I've been doing with my skin that I've really been loving, especially for summer. And it's a little tweak. It's nothing fancy, it's nothing state of the art, but I had both of these products and I was like, oh, what if I just use them together? That works, right? So anyway, going live with my friend Krista. I'm so excited. She lives in Mexico City. She used to live here in Los Angeles. And she moved, she left, and she's living the awesome expat life down in Mexico City. She's so happy down there. She's really flourishing, which is wonderful. It's just the best thing when you see your friends go after their dreams, take chances, and really benefit from it. You know, it's a really wonderful thing. So gonna be speaking with her. So I'm gonna let my brows dry. In the meantime, I'm going to take more. So I got sent this, take more toner, and let me complete that, that thought. I'm gonna take more toner and moisturize my skin because I've been using only toner and sunscreen to prep my skin for summer, and it has been working beautifully. I have not been using moisturizer. I actually have a video on my channel where I talk about I stopped using moisturizer, and it's a game changer. And honestly, I will tell you, it's because of the Gen Z girls on TikTok, especially Shelby. Shout out to Shelby. But she was like, I use the it's the witch hazel milky toner. She's like, she uses a milky toner and then a serum and then sunscreen, and then she went into her face and into her makeup. And I was like, she didn't use a moisturizer. The Gen Z girls aren't using moisturizers. They're using toners. And you have to be mindful of what ingredients are in the toner because you don't want to use something exfoliating every day because that can irritate your skin. I speak from personal experience because my skin is reactive. I don't really have sensitive skin, but I have reactive skin. Anyway, I'm digressing. So this brand actually they reached out to me and they sent me some of their products, and I was morbidly curious because it's Michaela Noguera's brand, the POV, and this is the Drench It. It's their soothing priming milk. This stuff is the shiz. It's so good. It's so good. I actually think I might like it better than the Bioma, which I recently purchased and I've been using and I really, really love. But this one's, she's good. So I'm gonna take some in my hands. And then one thing that I think is really important is just taking it right under the eyes. Get right up under the eyes to get that eye area hydrated. Anyway, so I'm talking to my friend Krista today. Like I said, we're talking about all things makeup, makeup in midlife. We might talk about some of my bridal work. I don't really know, but we're pretty much gonna be asking like how makeup has changed for us, how to kind of approach makeup in midlife, all those things. And Krista's just one of those people. The way we met was pretty magical. I'm gonna wait to tell you that story because I want you to tune into the live. It's one of those stories where it was just completely unexpected for both of us, and it turned out to be the most serendipitous, beautiful thing. So it's really great when that happens. Magic. I'm gonna take another of the POV, but anybody have any plans for the weekend? Talk to me. Any questions, any things you want me to cover in the live if you can't make it? There's going to be a replay of it if you can't make it. I do know that. So, this fuzzy hair over here is just like driving me crazy. I'm telling you, this is why I don't bother. Like when on my second, third day hair, I just pull it back because I can't be bothered. And that's the thing about curls. Only curly haired people, or especially curly haired women or men who wear their hair down and actually style their hair. My friend Jorge has curly hair and he gets it because his hair is long. He gets it. There's like a 2-day window where you can wear it. Second day is usually fuzzy. It's just like, it's a lot of work. Curly hair is a lot of work. And anyway, I'm venting and I should just, sorry, I'm not meaning for this to be like a complain live. Look at me. I have this, just to give you an idea, like for a makeup artist, this is my bag. This is my personal bag of makeup. So my pro kit is so organized. My personal bag is not organized. Just to give you an idea. So I'm just pilfering through, trying to find my eyebrow pen, and I can't find it. Oh, thanks for the love, whoever gave me love. Appreciate that. Wait. Oh, I did buy this. So while I'm searching for my brow pen, I'm gonna talk about, where did it go? Oh, there it is. Wait, nope. Uh-oh. Well, we might have to wait on doing brows until I can find my brow pen, but I did buy this. This is the Sky High. I might wear it today. It's the Sky High in Plum. Look at that. It doesn't really show up on my brows. I mean, on my lashes though, unfortunately. It's pretty. I feel like if you had fairer lashes, it would show up more. Maybe if you have green eyes or blue eyes and you have fairer lashes. I was kind of hoping that it would maybe make my brown eyes pop, but it's pretty. And I love, love, love this formula. I love the blue of this formula. The black, pardon me, the black in this formula is one of the blackest on the drugstore market. Like it's just so, so black. So I really, really love this. I only do makeup in this one area, so I don't know where my brow pen went. So we're gonna go into skin, and then when I find my brow pen, I'll finish brows. So anyway, let's see. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of sunscreen. I might pop outside a little bit later. I'm just not really planning on going outside, but since I'm gonna pretend like this is, you know, if I keep the makeup on for the rest of the day, like I would be getting ready for the rest of the day. So I have the Rodial SPF 50 Broad Spectrum Sun Drops. These are great. Rodial, if you've never heard of it, is an awesome brand. My friend Manny works for them. Hi, Manny. He's probably not watching, but I have about a pump full, and we're just gonna work that in. But I might pop outside a little bit later after my live, and I just don't wanna have to worry about spraying my face with sunscreen for protection. I'm telling you, when I was in my 20s, I didn't give up about sun protection on my face. I had it either in my moisturizer or I just didn't wear any. I would just moisturize and then put, you know, makeup on. And this is when I lived in Chicago. And we had sunny days, but we also had a lot of not sunny days. And I just didn't care. And when I was, you know, when I would go on beachy vacations in my 20s, I didn't wear a hat when I laid out. I just fully baked. Face, body, all of it, right? Didn't care. And then when I got into my 30s, I was like, I think I might need to start wearing a hat. And then I moved here and I was like, okay, I need to be religious about sunscreen because the sun here is no joke. And you should just be religious about sunscreen anyway, like no matter where you live. That's the lesson I'm trying to impart by telling you this story. Just wear sunscreen. And as my friend, my beauty editor friend, Miriam and client says, Miriam says, the best sunscreen you can wear is a hat. And she's right. It's the absolute best because it's really the only thing that can really, really protect you. Just gonna take a sip of water. Oh, okay. This is really bugging me, y'all. I can't find my brow product. Yeah, did she fall? Is she somewhere else? Who knows? Is she, wait, is she in here? Nope, she's not in there. Okay, well, I think you have deodorant stain under your armpits. What deodorant? You mean like you can see my deodorant? Is that what you meant? That's fine. That doesn't really bother me because I'd rather have that than smell bad. And this is an old tank too, so if it looks like I have stains under here, that's why. Yeah, maybe that you're seeing a little bit of it. And are you leaving? Oh, okay. Sorry, I was talking to my husband. Bye, I love you. Bye, I love you. Hi, YouTube. He says hi, YouTube. So yeah, you can see a little of the deodorant. It does bunch up a little bit under my arms, but I don't really raise my arms a lot, you know, unless I'm doing something like doing my own makeup, but in public and all that, I don't really do that. It's a new brand. I got it at Target. I wish I could remember it. It's all the way in my bathroom. It's a refillable, it's a natural deodorant. It's a refillable because I was using, see, now the names are all escaping me. I was using Humankind. I think it was Humankind, where you have the refillable plastic and you put the little cardboard inserts into them, and then but the bottom kept falling out. And I used probably 4 of the cartridges because I bought 2 more refills because I really love the formula. And I thought, well, I can always get a new plastic container that holds the deodorant. And then I was like, well, what if it's messed up again? I don't want to risk that. So it literally was broken from the moment I bought it, and then I just kind of dealt with it for the last year. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try something new and see if I can get something in store. And I found this brand, and it's a metal tin, and it has a top. I think it begins with a W, and it has little honey, little flowers on it. They have 4 different flavors. Anyway, it's a natural deodorant. I've really been trying to find a natural deodorant, and I found a few, but then they either discontinue them or they're all made with plastic and you can't refill them. And it's like, I'm trying to use natural deodorant for my health, and then I'm also trying to be mindful of the environment. But like, why are you gonna sell me a natural deodorant in a plastic tube that I have to throw out? Like, we need to be more sustainable. And I create enough waste as a makeup artist as it is, so I always try to find little areas where I can cut down on my waste and try and make a little bit of an impact, even just as me, right? But it smells really good, the deodorant, and I've really been loving it. And I had a 15-hour day yesterday, and I didn't stink at the end of the day. The thing with natural deodorant, though, I have noticed, is that I usually wake up smelly. Like, I'll wake up in the morning and I'm like, ooh, like, and you know, I sweat during the night anyway. But with regular deodorant, that was never a problem. And now with natural deodorant, it seems to be a bit. I know where it is. My makeup bag. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I remember now. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry if you're still here. Thank you for still being here. See, like, I'm an agent of chaos sometimes, you know? So I worked this 15-hour day yesterday, so I had to pack my makeup. Look at me, being a crazy person and not remembering. Yep, it's all in there. There we go. I'm gonna dump it out. It's gonna be noisy. There we go. You know, hopefully I'm at least somewhat entertaining. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Oh, found it. Okay, This is the NYX Lift and Snatch. I'm just gonna go ahead and start filling in my brows. I over tweezed when I was a kid, so I try to fill in at least a little bit here on the inside. I don't really like a super square brow though, so I try to make this as light as possible in the front here. And then kind of just keeping this underneath here like that. Anyway, how's everyone doing? I feel like I'm just talking into the void. But I found my makeup, so I'm so happy. And there's 8 of you here, so that's exciting. Yeah, getting ready for this live. Happy Friday. Anyone have any plans for the weekend? I have clients this weekend who are staying at the Beverly Hilton. And it's my client's son's wedding. So I'm doing her and her daughter. So her brother, the daughter's brother, that's who's getting married. And I think they're getting married at some old estate. Hi, Shakir. What are you guys seeing? Wait, let me think. What would you be seeing? Did you see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when it came out? I'm so upset that I missed it. Ozzy, my husband, was supposed to get his tickets and then he forgot. But TMNT 2 is coming out in March next year and we are going and I'm so excited. Oh, that's so exciting. Yay. Wait, I thought it was over. All right. That's amazing. Have fun. Tell Harris I said hi. Yay. Shakir is an old friend from college. We didn't attend college together, but when I was in college in Richmond, Virginia, I worked at a little place you all might know called Barnes & Noble, the bookstore, and I worked in the cafe. And I slung coffee, and I did that for 3 years, and it was one of the best jobs I've ever had. And I will tell you why. It was one of the best jobs because I'm gonna try and work and talk at the same time. It was one of the best jobs because I met Shakir and his friends, JW, Harris, Will, bunch of boys, bunch of nerdy comic book boys who always made me feel safe, always made me feel heard. And I kind of just like squeezed my way in there and became a part of that family, and it was really great. And it was nice to have people and have friends outside of my department of theater kids who can be a little intense, if I'm honest, including myself. I completely include myself in that category, especially at the age of 19 and 20, 21. Oof. But I met Shakir. I met our friend Robin, who also worked, and Shakir and Robin both worked on the floor. And Shakir worked in the back sometimes, but I think he was on the floor at one point. I can't keep up. But anyway, you have booksellers, you have people who work in receiving, like in the back, and then you have the managers, and you have the people who work in the cafe. And we were all friends, and we all hung out. And these were in the days where, I used to hang out until 3 in the morning, and then I would get up for an 8 a.m. class because, that's what you do when you're 19 years old. Or sometimes I wouldn't make it to class. And we would just hang out all night, and it was the most fun ever. And those are the boys that introduced me to manga and anime and Eat Mad Little Debbie's. Yes, and go to Taco Bell. In Harris's SUV, which was called the Machine, and it was a machine. That thing lasted forever. I think it was a Ford Explorer, but I used to love sitting shotgun in that car because Harris was such a good driver. He's such a calm dude. He was such a good driver, and I always felt really, really safe. Shakir's a good driver too, but I remember it was just always nice to kind of just be like chauffeured around. And it was clean fun. It was good, clean fun. God, those were the days. I miss you guys. Wow. And it just goes to show you to appreciate life as you're going through it, right? Because at some point you're going to look back and be like, wow, that was really great. All right, brows. Do we like brows? I know they're polarizing. Some people are like, they're too thick, they're too drawn up. I love them, so that's what matters. And I like to think I do a pretty good job balancing out my face. with them. So I think it works. Anyway, all right, brows are done. Yay. Okay, so we have, this is my combination that I was telling you about. This is the Le Beige Water Fresh tint from Chanel, and I really love this, but it's just a little too light for me because, as you can see, I have a little bit of a tan on my chest and my arms because I've been enjoying the sun, but I've been keeping my face covered. I've also been hiking a lot too. So what I've been doing is adding the bronzing drops from e.l.f. And then I just shake this. This is in pure gold. I will take a little on the back of my hand and then I rub that out first like this, because the way the Chanel product is, it's like suspended and the pigments are suspended in water and glycerin and you kind of have to break them up. So I just pump that on top and then kind of mix it up a little bit like that. And this is so sheer. I mean, I could get away with wearing this color. It's light medium, but I really love adding the bronzing drops because it just makes my face, it warms my face up a little bit and it just looks really pretty, but it's also still really lightweight. I have not found anything like this on the market. This Water Fresh tint. I love it. So good. And this is usually my everyday, especially as hot as it's been here in Los Angeles. I don't know how the girls do it with the full face. I can't even be bothered because, I sweat so much from my head anyway. And I love how lightweight, and then you can see it kind of dries down shiny. That's the glycerin in the formula. It just lends this kind of glow to the skin and shininess, but it doesn't look oily in real life. It might pick up a little shiny on camera, but I'm gonna powder it anyway. And another thing I love about this is that I can wear this all over my face, and you see how it just kind of evened everything out. And then I do need a little bit more coverage under my eyes. So what I will do is take my OG, my Ride or Die concealer, my Tower 28 concealer, and just conceal in the areas that I need it. This is a little light for me at the moment. Oh, this one is like, she's kind of dead. I have another one, but I'm gonna try and get as much as I can out of this one. Oh, it's so satisfying to go through a concealer, or like when you finish a product. I love that feeling. P.S. Anyone have any raging headaches lately? I got a headache yesterday and I woke up with a headache in the middle of the night last night and I still have it today, so that's fun. This is the same shade. I'm just like it's a tension headache. I don't really get tension headaches. I don't feel particularly tense about anything either, so I don't really know what the problem is. Real Techniques brush right here, just working off the back of my hand as always. I have a mirror off camera, but because I'm blind, I always have a small mirror just in case. And no, I'm not sponsored by Chanel. I wish. Chanel. I did work at, I did and I do freelance at the Chanel freestanding boutiques sometimes. I was working at the one in the Palisades. Grab a Q-tip. I was working at the one in the Palisades before the fires. Love that team. The Palisades was a magical, magical place. It still is. I shouldn't say was. It's just going to take, it's going to take a while for it to rebuild. But it was a magical place. Diane Keaton used to walk around with her friend and drink coffee. And there was no paparazzi allowed in the Palisades in the village. So, celebrities used to walk around all the time. It was just like Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn would always walk around, say hi to people, pet their dogs. Goldie was like the mayor. And I'm not saying this to brag. That's just how it is. There's famous people everywhere. People always ask me, they go, who do you see that's famous? Who have you seen that's famous? Who have you worked with? It's like, who I've worked with, I can remember, but I swear, like Chris Pratt could be next to me at Trader Joe's picking up oranges and I wouldn't even notice because I'm too busy like checking things off my grocery list and kind of minding my own business. And a lot of them, not the super famous ones, but the ones that are like maybe less known or like still known, but not like super, super famous, like Jennifer Aniston famous, they walk around normal. They run their own errands and they walk their dogs. And sometimes it's like, oh, if I see them, but half the time I don't. I'm like the worst person to ask when it comes to that stuff. Especially like my goddaughter, she's always like, who have you seen? Like, who have you worked with? You know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I remember one of my best friends told me when I first moved here, she's like, keep a list of famous people that you see because it's going to get to the point where you're not even going to notice it anymore. And you're going to see so many of them, it won't even be like a big deal. And she's right. That's not to say that if I didn't see Pedro Pascal, I wouldn't lose my mind, because legit would lose my mind. Or Emma Stone, I would lose my mind. Jennifer Lawrence, lose my mind. Inside, on the inside. So Pedro probably not, but my husband already knows that he's like that Pedro's my number one, and he understands. So you can see Clarify, we're seeing the Toxic Avenger remake tomorrow. We saw TMNT 1 last week. Wise men say forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza. Wish I would have gotten that out cleanly. It would have been better, but it's my favorite line from that movie. Michelangelo, the poet, the prophet. All right, skin's looking good. So you see how like it's still pretty transparent here, like on my cheeks and stuff, but I have more coverage under my eyes where I needed it because, you know, your girl's tired. And just if I had any like any pimples, I would do that. I always try to cover where my glasses lay, but you know, I wish they would figure out how to make glasses not leave permanent marks on your nose, because I have to wear glasses. Like I should wear them all the time, full disclosure, but I don't. But I wear them when I'm working 100%, because in order to do detailed makeup work, I have to. And then I wear them when I'm on the computer, you know, if I'm on my phone for an extended period of time, if I'm editing or whatever. So I miss you so much, Shakir. Please give Sloane a kiss. Give Dana a kiss too for me. And give a kiss to yourself, because I just love all three of you to pieces. So Shakir is one of the best men I've ever known. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. The best. I was so blessed to meet him, and I'm so blessed to call him a friend 20 plus years later. So anyway, what are we doing? I was gonna powder. Should I powder? Let's powder. Let's powder under the eyes. I have the L'Oreal Infallible Blurfection. This I also found from Shelby on TikTok. She's got like over 1 million followers. If you don't follow her, you should, because she's adorable. And she loves a full beat. She's a little more of a full beat girly. That's not really my vibe, but her makeup is gorgeous. And she's just really likable. I love watching her. I have a little bit. So I found out about this powder from her, and ooh, does it live up to the hype. It's the light pink powder. They have it in translucent, and then I think they have it in a dark pink, and then they have it in a medium deep. So it's pretty applicable. As applicable as drugstore products can be. Sorry to say this, but it's true. For deeper skin tones. You know, like, it's funny. I was just gonna say that it's funny that I realized why Queen Latifah created like the Queen line for CoverGirl, and why Iman had her own line in the drugstore, because I didn't grow up realizing this because I have lighter skin, but there wasn't, and there still isn't, a lot of options for deeper skin at the drugstore, and that needs to change. Let's become inclusive. And another thing that needs to change, sorry, I'm gonna get off my soapbox as soon as I say this. We need more medium deep olive undertones, like those South Asian undertones, Pakistani, Indian, South Asian, that's missing in a lot of brands. And that is one of the biggest markets in the world. I don't understand this. There's like such a disconnect. Thank you, Rosalba, right? Like like I said, I'm gonna get off my soapbox, but it should be especially drugstore makeup. And drugstore makeup has come a long way. And I will say, like NYX, a lot of those brands, they have some deeper skin tones, and it's wonderful to see, but we have to do better. We just have to do better. Maybelline is pretty good at that, I'd say. I think L'Oreal's pretty good at it, but then there's some foundations I see, they only go up to a certain shade, and I'm like, I can think of 10 people off the top of my head that are deeper than this. This is not gonna work for them. CoverGirl, I feel like CoverGirl's got some work to do, but especially with their skin tint. I think their skin tint, legitimately, the deepest one goes to maybe like this color. This is Lisa Eldridge, but like, what? Maybe a little bit deeper than this. No. This is an amazing drugstore foundation, True Match. And this shade range, I think it's like 40 shades or 50 shades, legit. And it's a great, great formula too. All right, I'm gonna stop, sorry. Back to makeup. We just powdered under the eyes and then I just kind of did my T-zone. And as you can see, it knocked off a lot of the shine, but I still have the shine on my cheeks, which I love. Very summery, very light. Let me tell you, I wore this. I mean, I've worn this since I've worked at Chanel. And when I would work at the boutiques, people would come and be like, oh my God, I love what you're wearing. It looks like you're not really wearing anything. And I'm like, do you know how many bottles of this I sold? So many bottles. Because most women, even this is great for men too, like men who want a little bit of coverage, but they don't want it to look like they're wearing makeup. This guy right here, it just evens out the skin and it gives you just this gorgeous glow. All right. I'm gonna take another sip of water because I've been talking a lot. God, I'm surprised. Thank you to 12 of you for being here. Again, tune in at 1 p.m. in about an hour and 15 minutes. I'm gonna be going live with my friend Krista. I cannot wait. I'm so overdue for a catch up with her anyway, but it gives us an excuse to catch up and then also talk about some stuff on YouTube. And it's promoting her channel as well because she's new to YouTube. And, you know, the collab, right? That's what we're doing. Anyway, so I'm gonna take some bronzer. I'm gonna do cream bronzer first. I know this is very well loved. I don't know what this shade is, but I need it in an individual because it's so, so good. I have my Smith Cosmetics brush. Yes, it's dirty. It's just from when I used it yesterday, but it's mine. So I do need to wash. I usually wash my brushes once a week, if not like twice a week. Whenever I have jobs, I usually just add my personal brushes into the mix. Like if I've only used the brush once, I probably won't wash it, but if I've used it a few times and I'm doing my pro brushes, I'll just throw my personal brushes into the mix and clean them just because it's easy. Can I eat your Taco Tuesdays? I'm not sure what that means. Anyway, so we're gonna tap on the back of my hand. So I don't know if this is a perimenopausal thing. Whenever I use brushes, it sometimes feels like I have fuzzies on my face. You're my favorite transgender YouTuber. I'm not transgender, but thank you so much. I love the transgender community, so I appreciate that, I guess. What are your thoughts on faux freckle pens? Dig them or no? Actually, my next tutorial that's coming out next week is, I feel like I have a fuzzy. Hold on. Let me take, when in doubt, take a spoolie, just run it across the area. It usually will catch. If you can't see it with your naked eye. I'm wondering if is face itchiness a symptom from hormones? Cause it's always in this area, it's weird. Anyway, yes. All right, I'm gonna be rummaging. Just give me a second. You're gonna hear some noises, cause freck, love, 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 love. I prefer this one, the Freck Noir. These are the cool tone. This is the cool tone freckles. They look a little bit more natural. The Freck regular, these are warm toned. I like to mix the two because it tends to look a little bit more natural, but these on their own look really good too. And I'll just do a few across my nose, and stay tuned for my next tutorial dropping on Tuesday because I will be using these because I'm recreating something that's really fun. This elder millennial will recreate something that's much younger, and you'll have to see if I accomplish it or not. So I was feeling inspired and I just wanted to try something new for September. Brand new, Q4, you know, all the things, but they're really cute as long as they're not overdone. That's the thing. I feel like sometimes I see the fake smattering all across the cheeks and on the nose, and it's just a little too much. It's balance. Makeup's all about balance. I feel like you can do pretty much anything with makeup as long as things are balanced. All right, back to contour or bronzer. We're just gonna tap that on top of the cheekbones. Maybe go a little bit across the nose. I'm gonna pinch, do the slight nose contour that you can kind of do on my nose, because if you do regular contour on my nose, it just looks stupid because I have more of a rounded tip right here because I have a very Italian nose, and it just doesn't really work for my nose shape. But I have changed my mind about nose contour. I actually really love it, especially on the right nose. So I'm gonna take my foundation brush, buff out, excuse me, the edges. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what those comments were, but they are deleted, so. Not that I would ever be offended about that, but it was like, I'm not transgender. I love the transgender community. I think they deserve all the protection and our love and our support. I have many transgender friends and I love them. They are wonderful people. Anyway, I think it just, you know, we're all the same on the inside. You peel our skin back, we're all the same. Not to get gross or crude, but it's very true. Depends on if you have a good heart. It depends on if you're a good person and if you try to lead with love and lead with gratitude and all the things and take care of the people that you love. And I always try to tell the people that I love, protect trans kids. Always, 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 always. Protect all kids. Trans kids, gay kids, straight kids, cis, all the kids. Protect all the kids. I'm not gonna say anything else because I might get into trouble, so. Especially considering recent events of this week, so. Anyway, all right, so we did a little bit of warming up the face. I'm actually gonna do something else. I'm gonna take in here, and then I'm gonna pinch. It's probably something I should have done as underpainting, but I like to do it, see that? Over. Just creates a cute little contour on the eye. And I'm gonna take my foundation brush, buff that out. But yeah, okay. And let's see, we're gonna do, oh, here. So what I've been doing, so I've been doing the cream contour and then I take powder, bronze, it's just like, it's the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector from Makeup by Mario. I have this in my kit as well. This is in medium. And I'll take a big old brush, like this powder brush from Real Techniques, kind of swirl it in, picking up some of the iridescent pigment as well, because I don't want just the flat bronzer. And what this does is it makes the bronzer, it kind of blurs the bronzer, so to speak. I don't know if that makes any sense, but just take it really lightly over the powder, over the cream, excuse me. Kind of sets it. And usually powder over cream can be problematic, but if you do it the right way, it works. All right, I gotta hurry up because I have to get ready and then get prepped for this live I'm doing. So I'm gonna take an eyeshadow brush. This is an oldie but goodie. This is a 217 from MAC, from my MAC days. Go back into the Makeup by Mario, and we're just gonna do a little on the brow bone. I guess you could call it the crease, but because I have deep set eyes, it's more like my brow bone, just to warm that up a little bit. Not really big on eye looks, if I'm honest, just because when I open my eyes, you can't see. So I try to, if I use any color or any contour, I keep it on the eyebrow bone, because then you can actually see it when my eyes are open. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna try this and see. Let's do it. Hi, Stephanie. Hamza, I don't know what baby means, but thanks for being here. So, hi, Stephanie. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. Let me find my, so eyelash curler I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm probably gonna say it on every single live. Invest in your tools, invest in a good eyelash curler, because you can buy these silicone inserts on Amazon. They're super cheap and you can just replace them. But then you'll always have a really good eyelash curler that's ergonomic, that fits your eye. There are so many different shapes out there. There's the Kevin Aquan, there's the Surratt, there's the Shiseido, you know, depending on the Shiseido, and the Surratt ones are a little bit flatter because they're meant for more of a monolid. I like the Tweezerman one because it fits under my brow bone and I can get a really good curl in there. I've also been experimenting with heated eyelash curlers. Has anyone ever used one? Please give me your thoughts if you have, because I would really like to add one to my makeup kit, but I don't know how I can sanitize it in between clients. Because with this, I can just wipe it with a wet one, with an alcohol wipe, and it's sanitized because it's non-porous, it's metal. But, all right, lashes are curled. Let's go in with the Sky High, and this is in, I'm also at that age where I have to pull things back in order to read them. This is the tiny, like, can you even see that? Come on, guys. Make it legible. I can't even read it. It's the Plum. That's all I know. It's the Plum Sky High from Maybelline. This is a new formula though, so I have a feeling I'm not gonna like it as much. If you know anything about me, or I'm just gonna tell you anyway, I kind of hate mascaras when they're new because they're wet. I like it when they've got a little bit of air in them. They're a little older, like maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Not old, don't misunderstand me. Hi, Anna, how are you? Because then they clump and they give me more volume. And when my lashes are too wet, they just kind of like stick together and they just don't look cute. They don't look spiky, they don't look cute, so. Okay. I don't not like this. It's real subtle though. It's not as dark as a black. Like I said, this formula I love in the blue and in the black. The black is my favorite because my favorite blue, YSL. Is this the blue one? Yeah, wait. Look at that. Ugh! Can see it a mile away, and you can see it on my dark lashes. I tell anybody, even people who have really, really dark lashes and deep skin, they can wear this one and it'll pop on them. This one too. That's me. I have like 50 mascaras in this bag because, you know, I'm a makeup artist and I'm a little crazy, so. I always tell people that an excuse of my job is that I can just buy makeup. I'm like, oh, it's research. And it's like, I'm a makeup artist. That's why I have, you know, I think I legitimately have 6 mascaras in here. Maybe 7. I think this might be lucky number 7. This formula is good though. I actually don't mind this straight out of the tube. I literally just bought this, I think, Monday. I ran to Target, which I also know is problematic. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I don't hate it. But you see how it kind of gets weird? Yeah, it's because it's a fresh formula. I love it when a mascara gets a little dry because then I can really build volume, especially at the root. Because I don't have the most amazing lashes. Like, my lashes aren't bad, but I know some people, they just have those like naturally spidery lashes. I guess you can kind of see the purple, can't you? Not bad. All right, so let's do a little blush. Actually, what I've been doing lately, Jamie Makeup, this is the nude one. This is her Blylighter. I actually worked on this, I'm sorry, it's a little dirty, like a little messy, but it's not dirty, it's messy. I worked on this campaign with her. I did the models for her. She's so wonderful. I love Jamie Greenberg, but I'm just gonna take a brush. This is mine, so I'm gonna go straight into it. And it's a blush and a highlighter hybrid. So pretty. And she makes it, so it's like, it's her brand. But you just see how pretty that is? always use this. This is like my magic eraser. Going back in with the foundation brush. Look how pretty that is. Love. Oh, sorry. Has Oz ever let you put on his face before a night? We do skincare together. We did, Francesca went to Japan. You've been to Japan, Shakira? Everyone's been to Japan except for us. I was hoping, I think they're in my bathroom. And she brought me back sheet masks. She brought me back eye masks and sheet masks. I blew through the eye masks because they're so good, but we did a sheet mask the other day, which was really funny because my husband has a beard. So it was like, it stuck to his face and then it was just kind of like hanging out on the bottom here because it didn't stick to his face because of his facial hair. I will be putting makeup on him for Halloween because we're going to be doing something very fun for Halloween. But I'm not going to tell you what that is because it might be a surprise. So, but think, what's the hint that I can give you? It's a sequel. It's a movie that has a sequel. It's characters in the sequel and they're creepy and they're kooky. So, and think about what Ozzy looks like without a beard. That's all I'm gonna say. So it's a throwback for sure, but it'll be fun. So I'm gonna get to put makeup on him. Oh, and he was actually an extra in, he was actually an extra in a movie, a short film that I did in 2023? No, it was 2024. It was last year. Gosh, feels like forever ago. That Francesca produced. She's one of my best friends. She lives next door. And it's like the three of us, so we're like Three's Company, basically. And I got to put makeup on him for being an extra because he was in, like, it was like an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting and he's at the very front. And the guy, Griffin, shout out to Griffin, he saw me like being sweet with him, like while I was putting makeup on, and he was like, I don't know what you were doing. I was like, I knew that you were like engaged. And then I saw you like flirting with this guy and I didn't realize that this guy was like your husband. He thought I was he was like, that doesn't seem like she's being very professional. It's like, no, this is my person, no worries. It was just really funny because, you know, the next live is at 1 p.m. So I gotta get going. But we used Blylighter. Let's see, I think it looks, I'm gonna do a lip later, so I'm not gonna do a lip right now. I have the Kosas, this is the setting spray, this is the Cloud Set. And I gotta fix my hair and get ready and tune in at 1 p.m. in about 50 minutes to join us for the conversation. Thank you all so much for being here. Have the best weekend, and yeah, I'll see you soon.